right, what does the collective need to know, Spirit? What's going on in the collective energies? The river. Hearing that song in the middle of the night, I go walking down the street. The river of dreams, the river. The unseen. The river of dreams, the unseen. What is unseen is that somebody could be watching you. Someone is watching over you. Someone in the unseen, an ancestor, is watching over you. I also had a dream last night about me putting up a painting of an ancestor who actually passed. And I was talking to that ancestor, to that passed on loved one. I was talking to that passed on loved one. That passed on loved one was talking to me through the dream. And then this other part of the dream was right beside that painting. It was almost like the ancestor created another painting from inside of the painting, and that painting was of a pink candle that was melting, that was turning into a huge bonfire. And then while I was talking to this ancestor in the painting, I went into this boiler room, and then I was filming myself twirling around in this boiler room. And then that video went viral. And in the video I was talking about different music, or just speaking my thoughts about music. And then a young boy who had passed on was speaking to me in this boiler room as well. Boiler room, something could be coming to a head, or there's a passed on loved one or spirit trying to get your attention. Like in this dream, this little boy who had passed, like in the dream realm, or in this story of this dream that I was having, a little boy had passed on, but then the little boy was in the room with me, but I feel like no one else could see this little boy. Maybe even someone's inner child. No one else could see your inner child or someone's inner child. Unseen. River. River of dreams. Unseen. What else is going on in the collective energy, Spirit? The judge. Judgment. This ancestor has seen something that you didn't see, or something that someone wanted to remain unseen was seen by the spirit realm. And this ancestor could be reaching out to you in dreams or in the world around you through songs, through signs and symbols, through sounds, or impressions, or feelings, or smells even. Somebody has owed something, or you've been praying to this ancestor or spirit. Tell me more about these ancestors. It's like the ancestors have a message in this portrait. You could have a portrait of this ancestor, or a picture in a frame, or you could have this on your altar, or something in a computer room, or in a basement. Let me see. I just want to see boiler room. So a boiler generates heat and pressure, often in an unseen or underground location. Unseen. The river, emotions, unseen, creating pressure. Someone is under pressure. These are the days it never rains but it falls. Under pressure. Love's such an old-fashioned word, and love dares you to care for the people of the edge of the night, and love dares you to I can't remember the rest of that. A boiler, yeah, so heat and pressure in an unseen or underground location. So something underground. So for some reason I'm drinking carrot juice right now. So sacral energy, creation, or asexual energy, or something about asexuality or something like that. A place where repressed memories, pain, or rage are stored. So something could be brewing in your sacral, or you could be dealing with something, a repressed memory of something from the past, something that was unseen, but maybe somebody else saw something. The river, emotions, something underneath the surface. Reclaiming voice and expression in the exact place your inner pain has been stored, turning trauma into performance, pressure into power. You could be expressing something or creating something from a place like a pressure cooker, like something is like a pressure cooker, something is ready to explode, or something is ready to be born, something, it needs to be expressed because it was unseen. Or deep shadow, the basement or boiler room, ancestor, something about a deep shadow, the judgment, somebody's experiencing judgment for something that they thought was unseen or would remain unseen or unheard of, or maybe you've seen something that the desert, the orphan, somebody left you, somebody starved you. It's like the river and then the desert and then the judge. The judge. Someone's judgment felt like abandonment or like a desert, or something was dried up, or someone didn't have anything to give. It's like you were reaching out for somebody, or a part of you reaching out. Again, like always empty-handed, always left empty-handed. Again, hands, like all these hands. I'm hearing somebody pretended to be pious. Okay, boiler room as ancestral memory, an ancestral memory that was unseen. I'm hearing unlocated, like maybe you finally locating something that was really hard to locate or to pin down or to understand. Like you've traced something back to something else of where something originated from within yourself. I mean, something is going on right now and you can trace it back, or something about looking into someone's eyes and they know that you know, or repressed emotion and transformational heat, deep unconscious shadow of self, the basement, a deep unconscious shadow of self, and an ancestor is reaching out to you from that place. The empty room, the empty room. Burn it down till the embers float on the ground, and start new, because your heart is an empty room with walls of the deepest blue. A womb-like space. So the boiler room may also represent a womb-like space of intergenerational pain. So intergenerational pain unseen. It's like no one could hold you in this intergenerational or generational pain because they hid it from themselves, but an ancestor saw what happened or sees what happened in the spirit realm or is leading you towards a realization of something deeper within your subconscious. Something's heating up. The sword. Betrayal. The flame. Betrayal. Somebody knows, or you have come into awareness of, or the light has been shone on a deep betrayal, and this could be being brought to light by another betrayal that is currently happening in your life, or that has just happened. You've gotten to the bottom of something, and then it points to something deeper within your ancestry or your family. There's something about a shift in your heart space. Let me see. Okay, so a pink candle in a dream. One that melts and turns into fire is rich in symbolic meaning. Unconditional love and feminine essence. So unconditional love, tenderness, self-compassion, and the divine feminine. There's something about a divine feminine healing that is taking place in your heart space and in your womb. Also, I had another part of the dream was I was in this tattoo parlor and I woke up. I guess I fell asleep when I was taking a tattoo or getting a tattoo, but then this woman tattooed onto me something without my consent. So she tattooed this big, ugly, it looked like a spider or a tarantula on my, but it wasn't a nice tattoo. I didn't like it, and I didn't consent to this tattoo, and it was on my stomach. She ignored my protest when I said that I didn't want this tattoo. A label. Somebody stamped a label on you. Somebody stamped a label on you. And then somebody pretended like they didn't do that. They pretended like they didn't affect your sense of self, your sense of power. Unseen. Something went unseen. You felt unseen. Somebody made you feel unseen. So the melting of this pink candle in the dream, connected to this ancestor, symbolizes emotional release or softening. An old wound being transmuted. Because I feel like you have seen what this wound was, or located the source of a wound that has come up recently. And you've transmuted this pain because something happened that felt unescapable. It felt inescapable. Something happening or transpiring, or a meeting happening, or you had to go somewhere, you had to be somewhere, and you had to face something head on. Someone or somewhere that felt like a barren wasteland in the past, or has always felt devoid of emotion, to the point where you knew that you weren't going to be held by a certain person or seen or understood, so it's like you had to hold back this emotion from yourself and the world. But there's something about somebody seeing the truth in your eyes, and somebody knows that they can't hide anymore because you're not hiding from the truth. You may or may not confront this person or even tell this person what you know or what you've seen or what you've realized, but somebody has realized something through your frequency, through your energy, There's something about somebody trying to make something that's not about them, about them. Somebody could have ruined something that is a happy moment for you, but then they're making it about themselves, and they're expecting you to hold that pain. There's something about you never consented to a label or to a narrative. Somebody created this narrative for you so that they wouldn't have to see something about themselves. Something to do with someone's father or your father. This could have something to do with your father. This wound could be connected to a father wound. You are a warrior. This wound made you into a warrior, turned you into a warrior. This has something to do with the father. Okay, so I am getting the song Spiders by Lola Young. Let's read that. Okay. Can you take it off my hands? Take it off my hands. The hands, you guys. It's like someone is holding something. Maybe someone can't bear the weight of the guilt that they feel. Let me just see. What does this person feel? Before we continue with the lyrics, what does this person feel, Spirit? Anxiety. Someone is feeling a lot of anxiety of the weight of something, of the weight of a realization from the past. They're shocked. Someone feels destabilized because of something that's shifted within you. You might not even talk to this person anymore, but somebody knows alienation. You might not even talk to this person anymore, or they could have made you feel alienated. They could make you feel uncomfortable. Maybe you just don't really vibe with this person. You don't talk to this person a lot. Somebody is shocked by what you will no longer hold for them. Something that you should have never held. It should never been your responsibility. Can you take it off my hands? Something about the hands. So the hands are an extension of the heart. When you are in utero, the first thing to grow is your heart, and then from the heart is your hands, if I'm not mistaken. To make me feel like I had something planned. Can you take it off my hands to make me feel like I had something planned? And blame it on the gods, so we don't feel like we did something wrong. Somebody is holding the weight of what they felt that they did wrong. But they want, it's like they wanted you to take it off their hands. Something to do with lust or lustful energy, or someone did something based on lust, but it's like they're in denial of something. Someone is also feeling lonely. Someone is in denial of something, or someone feels abandoned. Someone doesn't trust you anymore because you're not people pleasing anymore. There's something about like someone is projecting something onto you because you won't play a role. So that they don't have to hold the weight of an action or a reaction to something that they're feeling, to make me feel like I had something planned. And blame it on the gods, so we don't feel like we did something wrong. I'll drive to your house. You kissed me slow like you don't have any doubts. Get in your car, don't cause a scene. Make me feel like I'm not incomplete for once. Because I'm not a woman if I don't have you, and I'm not a woman if I don't have you, and you're not a man if you don't have me. Please, unalive all the spiders, because they're in our room, and with them I can't sleep beside you. Venom. There's like conflict. Clarify venom, Spirit. Incomplete. Oh my god, make me feel like I'm not incomplete. Conflict. Someone was always making you feel like you weren't good enough, or that you weren't enough, or this is something that happened throughout your life. Somebody, like, the way that it was this like desert. Like, please, can you, somebody couldn't face you. Somebody couldn't attune to you, because if to attune to you would be to attune to what they did to you, or how they treated you, how they abandoned you, how they betrayed you, how they abused you. For somebody, conflict, incomplete. Because they're in our room. Kill all the spiders, because they're in our room, and with them I can't sleep beside you. Don't Don't say a lie. Because I'll see the truth behind your dark brown eyes. And then empty me right to the core and suck me dry like you did before. Get in your car, but don't cause a scene. Make me feel like I'm not incomplete for once. Somebody always made you feel, or something always felt incomplete. Some sort of conflict was always happening that really affected your self-esteem and your sense of self-worth, because this person couldn't reflect back to you your worth because of something that they created based on an action that they took to make you confused about your sense of self. This was a triggering event that happened in the past, and I feel like it went unseen by many, but your soul saw it and God saw it. People could have alienated for like how you acted because of something that went unseen, or something that you couldn't talk about, or something that somebody denied that they had created, or that they had done, that they created something. Somebody wants you to take something off of their hands that you've actually given back to them by realizing that you were always complete, that the incomplete energy or that feeling of feeling incomplete was never your fault. Somebody made you feel incomplete. Get in your car, but don't cause a scene. Make me feel like I'm not incomplete for once, because I'm not a woman if I don't have you. I'm not a woman if I don't have you, and you're not a man if you don't have. Get into bed, but don't fall asleep. Make me feel like I'm not incomplete for once, because I'm not a woman if I don't have you. I'm not a woman if I don't have you, and you're not a man if you don't have me. What is this spider? Can we clarify spider? What is this spider, Spirit? The eternal child. The trust? Like, can you unalive all the spiders? Unalive all the spiders. Something about Charlotte's Web? Because they're in our room, and with them I can't sleep beside you. The spiders. The spiders could have been an ancestor, or spiders like seeing, like the spiders saw something in the room. The spiders were in the room. I can't sleep beside you if the spiders are there. The spiders, maternal energy, ancestral, maternal, ancestral energy. Somebody, let's see. It's like this thing that you, this internal conflict could have even been a spider. Like, I can't sleep beside you if I see. It's almost like something about like an inner, like an outer manifestation of something that was going on within you that could have even manifested because of a spiritual energy inside of your soul. That it was almost like there's something about like night terrors, or like seeing things, or... Okay, so yeah, spiders are symbolic messengers, ancestral and psychological realms. They often carry layered messages connected to creation, destiny, protection, and the weaving of ancestral lines. So something was an ancestral pattern, being with somebody, or something that somebody did to you was passed down from generation, and somebody tried to pass it down to you and left it on your heart, but you've unlodged something within your heart space. You've quantum leapt, or there's something that shifted in the quantum realm where everything dissolved, or there's something about a conflict. Somebody left this venom inside of you. I feel like you're suck me dry, like you've suck me dry like you did before. Like vampiric energy, like someone took so much out of you or left this venom inside of your heart that you've been overcompensating for. This eternal child, the venom, like this eternal child, this child inside of you experienced this venom, this vitriol, like these words, these actions that made you feel over time unseen and incomplete, that they didn't see you, that somebody didn't see you, that somebody didn't reflect back to you your love and truth. Somebody left you conflicted inside of yourself. Spiders are ancient symbols of the weavers of fate. like the Morai, the Greek fates who spin and cut the threads of life. The keeper of the web, holding the pattern of your soul's journey and ancestral lineage. Yeah, and then the ancestral messenger grandmother. So, like, I feel like an ancestor is trying... So, what is this ancestor... Okay, so, Spirit, what does this ancestor want to say to the collective? I feel like one of your ancestors that could be a maternal energy, but also the person... I mean, I feel like it's both, because the person in my dream was a man, a blonde man. The person, the ancestor in my dream, the passed over loved one in my dream was a blonde man, and then there was also a young boy as well, who was in spirit, who was not alive, that other people in the dream couldn't see this little boy, but I could see this little boy. Maybe you can see the little boy in someone, you can see the actions of someone, you can see how someone did something because of something that happened to them when they were a little boy, and somebody feels like you see that little boy and somebody doesn't know what to do. Somebody knows that you can see that little boy, and somebody feels seen by you, what they don't want to be seen. They don't want you. Somebody feels like you see where they feel incomplete within themselves. Somebody feels like you see the venom that they don't want you to see. Somebody feels like you see the eternal child within them that is actually stunted, or that feels lost. Somebody feels lost. What is this? So what is this grandmother, Spirit? What does this grandmother ancestor want to say? Spirit, what is this grandmother, or what is this ancestor? But for some of you, it's going to be a grandmotherly, matriarchal energy ancestor. What does this person want to say to the collective? Clever ruse. The way that it's almost like something could have been, or something is seeing underneath the surface. This could be you, but also I feel like it's this ancestor can see underneath someone's clever ruse of how they showed up for something, or how they're showing up, or how they're presenting themselves, how they always presented themselves. This person could have even met this person that you're dealing with, or could have seen this person throughout their interactions with them wear a mask, but they didn't necessarily know how to deal with the fact that they felt that this person was wearing a mask. I feel like this person could see through this person, or this person felt that something was off with this person, or could sense this venom or vitriol that this person was acting from, or what they did to you, or how they talked to you, or how they treated other people in your family, or how they treated other people in your life, or other people in their life. Okay, this is really weird. Wait a second. Okay, Tyrion Lannister. Wit, intellect, survival, humor, outsider, wisdom. So he was the scapegoat of the family. But you know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about Jaime Lannister and how he got his hand cut off. So that came up to mind. So again, the hand. Somebody got their hand cut off, or somebody feels cut off from their heart. Somebody feels cut off from their ability to hold something, to hold a realization that they're having. Okay, so Tyrion Lannister, power of wit, underestimated brilliance, strength through surrendering. Somebody has seen you, or there are people who are seeing that you have this unmatched or unprecedented or shocking strength that you have received from the divine through surrendering to the venom that somebody left inside of your heart, your body, your mind, your soul. And that you've connected with your eternal child. And that this strength, there's something of like somebody used to see the reflection of themselves and you, of you feeling like that you were incomplete, or that you had something to feel guilty for, or that something was your fault. I feel like just other people in general could see that in you, something that they felt that you couldn't see in yourself, that they saw in you. Something about other people felt like that you couldn't see in yourself what they saw in you, but now people are realizing that you've seen something within yourself that other people could always see, to the point where it's like you see right through something. There's something about your intellect, there's something about your wit, there's something about what you have survived, or what you've spun your survival into. A lot of you guys are really funny. A lot of you guys have kept your sense of humor intact despite everything that you went through. And I feel like you were underestimated, and I feel like people are starting to see your brilliance. Not only that, they're starting to see the strength that you've cultivated through surrendering. So what is this? Okay, so what is this ancestor or grandmotherly, ancestrally spirit want to say to the collective? Come through, spirit. Okay, so your ancestor says that you need more structure. You need more structure in your life. Focus on being more disciplined. Try to, as much as you can, focus on being more disciplined. Focus on taking care of yourself in a ritualized manner. Like, think about like getting back to your rituals or like your spiritual practices. If you've gone astray from that, maybe get back to that. I feel like you have done so much work, but I feel like sometimes maybe I feel like you know that when you structure your flow, like when you give yourself some structure, it gives your ability to flow. It gives like structure to the flow. So like if you have some structure but then you let the flow over the structure, it's really good for you. Okay, this soulmate is an enemy in disguise contract. So this is what I'm saying. Can you kill all the spiders because I can't sleep beside you? Because otherwise, if the spiders are in the room, I can't sleep beside you. But I feel like an ancestor is trying to tell you that somebody that you want to be with, or somebody that you feel called to be with, or somebody that you feel attracted to, or that somebody doesn't treat you right. There could be somebody that doesn't treat you right because they make you feel incomplete. They make a part of you feel unseen. This could be like a relationship that is coming into your life to show you an ancestral pattern that you're about ready to break free from. It's one that you've broken free from the past, but it's almost like coming back to show you, or to show you something about yourself or your past, or to give you an opportunity to say no to something that doesn't make you feel seen. The unseen and incomplete. Like someone makes you feel unseen. Someone... like a werewolf energy. They could like shift on a dime. Okay, so ancestors, a different pile. Okay. What does the collective need to know about this spider? Tell me about this spider, or tell me about what's messages from the spider ancestor, from this maternal proactively resolve something. If you resolve whatever needs to be resolved structure-wise, it's going to lead you to a life of luxury, or it's going to lead you to more finances. It's going to lead you to feeling more comfortable within your own skin, within your own financial life, within your own life in general. If you focus on structure and discipline, then it's going... If you resolve something that... I don't know if it's this inner child thing where you kind of resist... I don't know if somebody like got told what to do all the time, and then so you don't like to even... It's like there's a part of you that doesn't even like to tell you what to do because you don't like to be told what to do, or something like that, or you resist structure. There's something about like finding a balance in that, because it's going to really help you. I feel like most of you guys, all of you guys probably know that, but somebody's ancestor wants you to just work on that a bit more. What else do you want the collective to know? Ancestor, what else do you want the collective to know? What does the collective need to know? The ones who doubted you, your light is making them feel very uncomfortable. Somebody regrets something and they're having a mental breakdown. So your ancestor wants you to know that someone who doubted you, this ancestor, this grandmother wants you to know that someone who doubted you is feeling very uncomfortable because of the light that you're shining right now, and they regret being extremely manipulative to you throughout your life, or in a certain situation, the conflict that they created, the venom that they spewed at you, the way that they made you feel unseen, the way that they mocked whatever it was that your inner child was imploring you to do for your own soul, for your own sanity, for your own love of yourself, humanity, something that like you wanted to follow a desire. Somebody regrets being extremely manipulative to you, or this person is extremely manipulative, is extremely secretive. What does this ancestor want the collective to know? Yeah, so someone is definitely regretting being manipulative to you. What ancestors, tell us more. Is this the right? Okay. So talking behind your back. So the ones who doubted you, these people talked behind their back, they're regretful for talking behind your back. They're regretful for being extremely manipulative because they see that you're headed towards your soul's purpose and that you've gotten over something that used to hold you like a web. You were caught in this web of behaving a certain way or feeling like you had to behave a certain way, feeling like that you had to entertain certain energies, that maybe you weren't even in alignment with those energies. Maybe you felt like that you had to act out of your integrity, but it's because you were in this, like, there's something about like an ancestral pattern of like there were people who were not in their integrity who raised you, and then it was like this survival pattern of feeling like you had to act a certain way to survive or to move through situations, but then you realized that something wasn't in your integrity, or the way that people were acting were not in your integrity, or the way that you felt like encouraged to act. I feel like your ancestor wants you to know that they've seen that you broke away from these patterns. And it was good to break away from these people or these patterns because they talked behind your back, and they also tried to brainwash you. There are people who tried to brainwash you that were extremely manipulative, who tried to brainwash you to stay or to feel. They brainwashed you by making you feel unseen and incomplete. By saying things that were really hurtful in the moment, spewing this venom at you that hurt your inner child. This could have been carried over from a past life, something to do with Egypt, something to do with camels, something to do with alchemy or transmutation or King Paimon. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Something to do with King Paimon or alchemy. A camel, like a camel in a desert. A camel in a desert. It was like something about a camel in a desert. So these people who doubted you, you're making them feel uncomfortable because they see that you're becoming influential, or you're having an influence, a positive influence on others. Or it's like that they feel like they can't influence you anymore. They can't brainwash you anymore. They can't make you feel incomplete anymore. They can't make you feel unseen anymore. Your aura is extremely magnetic, is extremely strong, is extremely powerful and potent. Tell me more. What does this ancestor want the collective to know right now, Spirit? What does this ancestor want you to know, Spirit? That these people are projecting on you, or they did project onto you? And you called it. You already called it. This is why you knew. There are people who are projecting onto you your whole life, and then you found yourself around people who were projected on you in the same way because they felt incomplete within themselves and they felt unseen. They wanted to make you feel unseen and you feel incomplete because somebody like used words against you to hurt you, or this venomous energy towards you or behind your back, where they projected narratives onto you. Somebody spun the story to make themselves look like the victim, or to make themselves look more innocent than they were. I feel like you were in a situation where you were more of a bystander, or just like an outlier, or you were someone who was witnessing something happening, or you were trying to be an observer in a situation that was out of your control, that you didn't start, and then someone, or you were triangulated into something. Or this could be like an echo of the past. Again, these were like ancestral patterns. Okay, someone's ex is thinking about them as well. Your ex projected onto you. Somebody's ex isn't just in survival mode. I'm staying alive. Somebody's ex is just in survival mode. Ritual, like something that they're doing. They're just doing it over and over and over again. It's not even there could be somebody who does certain rituals, but I'm hearing somebody's just trying to escape from themselves. Someone is just trying to escape from themselves or how they feel about something. Somebody needs to do a cleanse. Okay, what is this ancestor? Can you tell me more about what needs to be... What does the collective need to know, Spirit? What do the ancestors want the collective to know? What do the ancestors want to say to the collective? What is this ancestor or this spider on the wall? I don't know if like you've been... It's like there's a part of you that wanted to not listen to something, but it's because that was how you survived. Because of fear. Because you feared the spider. You feared the messages. You feared the ancestral messages at some point. Like you, not to say you feared the ancestors, but maybe you feared seeing like the truth of what was unseen or what others didn't want to see about your family life or about your ancestral patterns that were passed down. Something in your family that needed to be hidden, or like a family secret. What is... Tell me about Spirit. What does the Ancestor want to tell the collective? Energetic tie. Somebody is still head over heels for you. The archangels want you to let it be. Because somebody is feeling under judgment or under fire. This will make you stronger. Under fire. Whatever is going on right now that it feels like a repetition from the past, or something to do with an ex-partner, or something to do with something that you've gone through, that you're going through right now, integrating or transmuting this is going to make you stronger. Somebody feels under fire, somebody feels so much in inner conflict. This person could have gray hair. The archangels want you to let a situation be, because there's an agreement. There was an agreement made in the spirit realm of like why this energetic tie was even made, or how this energetic tie was even made in the first place. But I feel like you've taken your power back from that. You don't have to justify, argue, defend, or explain yourself. Somebody could be used to you doing that, but you don't have to do that anymore. So if someone's mad that you're protected, your archangels want you to know that you're protected. You know who you are. Sovereignty. Again, time management. Your ancestor wants you to really focus on your time management and your structure and your discipline and your routines. Dark secrets. So something about some sort of dark secrets that somebody didn't want you to see. Those secrets feels like you know them, or you've seen them, or I'm hearing understand the implication of something. Somebody feels like you are complete, like that you've completed something. Somebody has sensed that you've completed something, and it makes them feel seen, something that they never wanted to be seen. What does this answer have to say about this person? Or tell me about this person, actually. Tap into this person that made the collective feel incomplete. Tell me about these people, or this person, these people that tried to make the collective feel incomplete. Affair? Somebody had an affair? Somebody had an affair, or somebody had an affair that you didn't know about, or somebody else didn't know about, or they broke a bond with somebody, or broke a promise, or somebody broke the laws of nature. Somebody, tell me more about these people who made the divine timing, wrong time, right time, wait. Somebody feels like something is only a matter of time until you realize something, or until somebody felt like it was only a matter of time, but they hoped that time would be on their side. Somebody feels like time is not on their side. Silence in reverse, confirmation. Somebody feels like time is not on their side because somebody won't keep their silence anymore, or you won't keep the silence for somebody anymore, or somebody can't be silent anymore. Silence in reverse. I feel like the ancestors are making you aware of something. Tell me more about this person. Tell me more about this person, Spirit. Hug, comfort, care, closeness. You could have been close to this person, or this person got comfort from you, or felt comforted by you, or hug. This person misses being close to you. There's something about like driving in a car and then having a shouting match and then feeling trapped inside of a car with somebody, or just feeling trapped in general, feeling like backed into a corner, feeling like caught in someone's web, feeling like someone's venom piercing through your heart. Honor in reverse. Somebody did not honor you. Somebody didn't honor the place that they had in your life. Somebody didn't give you the comfort that you needed. They didn't honor their position in your life or their duty to be whatever they were meant to be for you in their life. Somebody didn't honor you. Somebody didn't honor the love that you gave them. Somebody regrets that. What is this person who made the collective feeling complete? What does this person feel? Like, I feel like this, I don't know if this is a father or if this is an ex-partner or who this is. Depression. Somebody feels depression. What does this person feel, Spirit, about the collective? This person, disappointed in reverse. They avoid, they like repress their own disappointment at themselves, or their disappointment in how things panned out, or they repress the fact that they feel like they disappointed you. They didn't want to admit that they disappointed you. What does this person feel? Approval in reverse. They feel like they've lost your approval, or they've lost your... I feel like they know that you see them. You see the unseen. You see the venom for what it is. Inner child. I was just about to say, you see their inner child for what they did, or for why they did it, or for what the motive really was for what they did. You see that somebody feels like you see that they're incomplete within themselves. Somebody feels naked when they look into your eyes. A male ancestor is coming through. A male ancestor is coming through. This person could have been like really withdrawn in their later years, I'm hearing, because of like physical pain or for some sort of pain, or this person, this male ancestor feels pain because of what they did, because of their ego, or what somebody else did because they were in their ego, how somebody sabotaged you, or some male ancestor feels like they self-sabotage themselves because of appearances, and they were disconnected and judgmental and made you feel like a disappointment, and they wish that they could take back how they created something in your mind that made you abuse yourself in your own mind and made you resent them and made you confused about how they felt about you, but they loved you. I'm literally getting, but they rejected you because of a part of themselves, or they rejected themselves where they were abandoned, and they continued on that cycle. There's something about a male ancestor now that's coming through. Or maybe this male ancestor influenced this other person as well. Like maybe this was that person's ancestor, or your ancestor disapproval. Like you felt, or like a male ancestor disapproves of what somebody did to you. Approval, because somebody's doing something to you to make you seek their approval. They withdraw from you. Somebody withdrew from you to make you seek their approval, or to keep you in this loop of like seeking somebody's approval, to keep you in a state of confusion. Make me feel like I'm not incomplete for once, 'cause I'm not a woman if I don't have you. Envy. Somebody envies what you have, or these people envy these people. People are uncomfortable because they envy what you have, and it makes somebody angry and anxious and envious and resentful that they're not in your life, and that somebody is like knows that you don't abuse yourself anymore the same way that you did, and it makes somebody feel angry because they feel like you trust yourself now, and that you've healed some sort of grief, and that you're not shocked by their behavior, or by like whenever somebody tries to pull a string and create something that doesn't need to happen. Like, you know what somebody is trying to do before they even do it, and somebody feels like disbelief. Somebody feels disbelief that of your discernment. Somebody feels disbelief that you're no longer disappointed by what you're discerning because you've healed something that used to keep you stuck in a loop and that used to make you feel incomplete. So somebody feels like you're whole now. Somebody feels like somebody recognizes energetically that you've healed something that they used to use against you to control you, and it makes them feel out of control, and it makes them feel like they're receiving judgment. What is this judgment that this person is receiving, Spirit? What is this judgment that this person is receiving, Spirit? What is this judgment that this person... Okay, so a miracle just came out. I feel like part of their judgment is seeing a miracle happen for you. You are the miracle, like you healing is the miracle. Like a miracle is happening for you, independent. The fact that you became independent when what they did was try to make you dependent on them, on their system, on their group of friends or their people, or how they treated you, like dependent on them. Somebody's seen you become independent when the very abuse that they inflicted on you was something that was done in the dark, or like that was done behind closed doors secretly to make you dependent on them, whilst they could look like that they were a good parent or a good person or a good partner. But then you have taken your independence back, you've taken your power back, and you're firm in your boundaries. You're even firm on the fact that you broke up with this person when it's like they were banking on the fact that you were going to feel incomplete. Somebody's inner child feels exposed. Somebody's inner child feels exposed, and they feel like that you can see like the fact that they were parasitical towards you, or that they have some sort of infection in their soul or in their spirit, that they were poisonous towards you. It's like somebody feels your purity exposes someone's poison inside of their heart and their soul, and they feel caught off guard by your mystery. They also feel, again, like there's something about the fact that you walked away or you ended something. There's something about the fact that you walked away or that you ended something that is this person's, like, they feel like it's like this bonfire in reverse. It's like this, I don't know, this, they feel like you're shining so bright that they feel that they no longer feel home in your frequency. But their frequency never made you feel at home in yourself or around them. But I feel like you were like a safe haven for this person, but this person... Something about work, labor, earning money, livelihood, even like the way that you earn money or like the work that you do now feels like judgment for this person, like feels like... Because they have to see you solidifying something that used to be uncertain. So what is this person feeling, or what's going on with these people now that they feel seen by the collective? What they didn't want the collective to see, or what they hoped the collective would never see. These people, or this person, feels naked. Victory. They're a part of, they have to see you in their victory after their ignorance towards you, at how it's like they feel ignorant because of how they treated you, seeing you receive a victory or become victorious. What is like the judgment for these people, Spirit, that they're feeling seen by the divine? Intellectual lucidity. There's something about, they know that you know something, or they know that you've grasped something that they never wanted you to grasp, because they wanted you to feel fractured within your consciousness and fractured within your mind. Love and submission. They see that you have submitted yourself to the divine, submitted yourself to true love within yourself, true love of the divine, true love of another person. So these people, or this person, has to see you experience true love that they never gave you, that they wanted you to feel like that you were incomplete, that you didn't deserve love, that you actually, they wanted you to feel so unseen that you felt like you only deserve what they could give you, which wasn't much, which was actually just this venom, this incomplete. They wanted to like make me feel like I'm not incomplete for once. They thought that they would have always have you hooked on that, but now they know that you are complete within yourself, or you are also complete with another person, or that like you've come into unity or to union with within yourself, with your own inner child, your inner teenager. That you're aware of something, your intellectual lucidity. This person, it takes this person off guard. It takes these people off guard. Your submission, you submit yourself to the divine will of God, and you're surrendering an inner conflict. You're laying something down. You're handing back what was never yours to carry in your hands, in your heart, in your soul. Liberation. You're liberating, confirmation. You're liberating yourself from something that was never yours to carry. And I feel like this person feels like now they're carrying it, because it's almost like it's like your mirror of feeling complete within yourself and whole, because you are a whole soul, because you are spirit itself. It like shows them their own fractured consciousness of their own feeling incomplete within themselves, but and their inner child feels unseen. But strangely enough, you see their inner child, and you see where they feel incomplete and where they themselves are fractured, and they know that you see that. I'm hearing squirming. Somebody's it's like their spirit is squirming. Divine blessing. There are people's spirits who are squirming because of these divine blessings that they're seeing you receive, because of the inner work, the shadow work, and the integration that you've done on yourself. Somebody's like, it's like the boiler room. Something is like, something your ancestors are making something happen behind the scenes, or it's like somebody's reaching a boiling point. Somebody's reaching a boiling point because you are the flame that is like set something on fire. Fruitless labor. Somebody's reaching a boiling point with like the work that they're doing, or they feel that somebody feels like something isn't working out for them, or like all the work that they did to try to hurt you or make you feel incomplete, make you doubt yourself, isn't working, because they're seeing that you're receiving divine blessings. And these people are angry. People are angry, more angry at themselves than anything. It's like their inner child is angry. Their inner child, somebody's having a tantrum. Lust and weak will. Somebody's having a tantrum because they can't get what they want, or somebody's having a tantrum because they did something based on lust, or because they made a bad decision. Somebody's having a tantrum. Somebody's angry, trying to like project the anger onto you, and really it's like they're angry at themselves and what they did to you because of their own like disregarding rules, their own, like somebody broke like a divine law, or like a law of nature. Somebody broke a law of nature, or somebody broke a covenant, or like they broke, I want to make sure I know what that word means. Yeah, a solemn binding agreement that establishes a unique relationship between God and humanity, or between individuals or nations, often involving promises. Somebody broke a promise because of their own, like somebody made a decision, and now you're receiving karmic justice. Like I feel like you're receiving your justice for what somebody did, and they're watching you receive this, and somebody feels unseen, or somebody feels incomplete because it's like you've realized what the reflection was of what they were reflecting back to you about where you felt incomplete, maybe where you felt incomplete. So you had to self-atone. You had to atone with yourself and your own mistakes that you made based on somebody else's abuse that they made you endure that abuse. I don't know if I said this before, but somebody's trying to make something that's about you, about themselves. Somebody's trying to make you feel guilty for something that you shouldn't feel guilty for or about. Somebody's trying to make something that is a blessing about themselves, and where they don't feel happy with something in their lives, or somebody's literally trying to make something about themselves and how they feel, but it is honestly about how you feel, and they're not. Somebody's disregarding your feelings and showing you that they don't really care about how you feel, because something is literally about you and what you need and how you feel, but somebody is showing you that they don't care, that they're making it about themselves. And this is like an echo of a pattern from the past of how somebody used to make you feel, or somebody always made you feel like that you were the one that was incomplete, that you were the one that wasn't doing enough, when somebody was never the one that was doing enough for you, or doing what needed to be done to make you feel seen or to make you feel heard. I feel like part of your justice is the fact that somebody is being seen, or like a criminal enterprise in politics and ambition. Somebody did something that was criminal. Somebody like, I'm hearing like business in the front, party in the back, or business in the, so a mullet, somebody could have had a mullet, a restoration of life. Like somebody was like a politician, somebody like wore smiles, or somebody did something for like to look a certain way, and then like they were doing something criminal underneath the surface, or somebody's being found out for something that they were doing that was a criminal action. Tell us more about these people, Spirit. Voyage by sea. River, they're going upstream, or somebody is fighting against the current. These people are fighting against the current of their own repressed emotions inside. Justice, yeah, and that's part of their justice, is like to face their emotions of how it's like how this person made you feel, now they're feeling that way. So what did this person want to make the collective feel, and now that's how they're feeling? Well, I guess they feel incomplete now. Somebody feels incomplete after they try to make you feel incomplete. Somebody is being forced to be present with their emotions. Judgment. Feeling their emotions, or seeing how they made you feel, or somebody's swimming upstream. They're swimming against the current. Neglect. They're swimming against the current of their own neglect, of where they neglected themselves, or how they neglected how you felt. Somebody's trying to swim against the current of whatever they've neglected within themselves, that they're trying to foist off onto you or hand to you. They're trying to hand it to you, or they always did hand it off to you, but you're not taking it anymore. You're not taking it anymore. You're not taking their disapproval anymore. And so now they have to deal with where they disapprove of themselves, or where other people are now disapproving of them. They feel like other people are rejecting them now. Other people don't believe them. Other people, they feel judged by other people. They feel like other people are withdrawing or pulling back their energy from them. They feel like other people are seeing where they neglected you, or other people are neglecting like their needs, or other people something about smoke and mirrors, or somebody's going awfully quiet. Somebody doesn't know what to say. Someone is quiet. Somebody feels like they can't say anything because they don't want to say the wrong thing. Somebody feels like they can't. I just saw a jaguar in the astral. I just saw a jaguar. Deep emotions from someone's deep past. Something about fibromyalgia. Something about SA or CSA. Something about deceit. Just to close out this reading for the collective, Spirit. Soul. Make me feel like I'm not incomplete for once. I feel like you've taken back a piece of your soul from this person, or you're calling back your soul power from this person or from what happened. I feel like your ancestors. Something about a comeback, or helping you make a comeback. Your ancestors are supporting you on the next leg of your soul journey of taking back a piece of your soul from your father connected to a father wound or something that happened with your father. This is a part of your destiny, is to break out of this ancestral pattern, something connected to your father, connected to somebody who is a father of your child, or somebody who, a stepfather, or I just heard Jason, Jonathan, Sandra, Luke, Lincoln. Shan, Destiny, safety in reverse, destiny, safety in reverse. It's like you felt like you were never safe enough to follow your destiny because of something that happened with a father or a father figure, or somebody who, it's like this was like an ancestral pattern of not being protected or not feeling safe, not feeling held, not feeling emotionally, that somebody wasn't ever emotionally present with you or for you. Somebody or somebody made you feel like, this could have been like psychologically as well, like you felt incomplete because of the way that somebody treated you or the way that they responded to you, because somebody wore a persona as if that they were a certain role in your life or they were a certain way, but they didn't actually nurture your soul, and it caused you a lot of grief throughout your life. And I feel like you're healing that, and somebody connected to this pattern, no matter who it is in your life, like somebody, it's like there was this web and it was like, kill all the spiders so I can feel like I can sleep beside you. But it was like these spiders were your ancestors trying to tell you that this was like a blind spot for you, that this was something that was really hard for you to see, because if you were to really see it, you would have felt how incomplete you felt around a person because of the way that somebody tried to make you feel incomplete, because of a way that you felt incomplete, because of a way that you were raised by somebody who felt like that they weren't a complete person, like that they were missing something, that they couldn't raise you in the way that you needed, or they hurt you and they made you feel like it was your fault, like that you were missing something, or that it was your fault that they couldn't love you, or they couldn't reflect back to you love, but it was never your fault. And I feel like that's what you're realizing, and I feel like people are starting to see that, and I feel like healing this core wound is legitimately like helping you quantum leap to another timeline. And I feel like you're going to find your true community of people who are healing in the same way, or healing towards their destiny as well. To a community where people... Story. Integration. You're integrating this story. The story that made you feel incomplete, like that something was missing, or it's like you're finding a repressed memory you've accessed, or you are accessing, or you will access this repressed memory that has made you feel incomplete for your whole life. Something that happened to you when you were a child or when you were a teenager. Something that was unseen, or that you didn't want to see, or a part of your soul didn't want to see. This venom that was left inside of you, that your child self has been carrying all along. But I feel like you're finally letting it go. You're finally dropping it, and you're moving towards bliss. And like this power, it's like you don't have to be stamped with the label of not good enough, or somebody could have like labeled you something and it was disempowering to you. They could have called you names, like, or it's almost like a woman could have labeled you something because of something that a man did to you. And she labeled you something, and then she blamed you for that label when she was the one who stuck the label on you, instead of understanding what happened, or because she herself was disempowered. So you could have been passed down a label from a woman as well, but it had something to do with a man, or something that was done to her, or something that was done to you, or something that she felt like she couldn't stop, or someone who she felt like she couldn't be, love, mother. She felt like she couldn't, somebody felt like she couldn't love you properly the way that a mother should love their child or something. But you're coming home to yourself now and you're surrendering. You're surrendering to these ancestral messages. I feel like we need just to close out this reading, Spirit, for the collective. Just to close out this reading for the collective, Spirit. The farther gate, bold step forward. So just focus on your structure or like your routine and figuring out your next steps. And I feel like you're moving into a new timeline where you feel complete within yourself, where you feel seen, where your inner child feels seen, where you're releasing that venom that somebody left inside of you. And it's like those spiders, you're making those spiders your friends, and it's something about like having better sleeps, where it's like you feel safe instead of feeling afraid. 111 on the timer. That's where I feel called to end this message. I love you guys, and I'll see you at the next reading. Bye.